Hey guys, it's Michelle with Nadia's Hanger Flying Club. Today we're going to talk about our Across America trip departing September 20th, 2018, returning September 30th, 2018. It's 11 days. We're going to be covering 17 states, 4,548 nautical miles, and 55 hours of flight time. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's just go ahead and get started. So have a look at this slide. This is our planned route. And as you can see, it looks amazing. We're going to be heading out from Tampa to Kansas, South Dakota, all the way over to California, and then back to the East Coast. As you can see, we have several high elevation airports, with our highest being Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and only one long day, which is the first day to Independence, Kansas, which is a flight time of about 9 hours. On the first day, we're going to head out to Independence, Kansas. It's 872 nautical miles and about 8 to 9 hours of flying time. The plan is to get to Kansas, and then we're going to spend the night, get up the next morning, and take a tour of the Cessna Factory before we head out to Rapid City, South Dakota. Kansas to Rapid City is 530 nautical miles, and we estimate the flying time to be 6 hours. En route to Rapid City, we're going to fly over the Badlands, and if we're feeling up to it, we'll fly by Mount Rushmore on the way there. If not, then we'll just go spend the night, and we'll get up the next morning and fly by Mount Rushmore on our way out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. The next morning when we depart for Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we'll fly northwest approximately 20 nautical miles and go see Devil's Tower. It's a big rock in an open area, and it looks pretty neat. So when we're en route to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, there's some really high terrain. This leg is 335 nautical miles direct. However, we'll have to do some mountain passes, and with that in mind, it's probably going to take us about 5 hours. As we get closer to Jackson Hole, the lowest elevation is around 9,000 feet MSL, so we're going to have to be pretty high for this leg. Also, the weather's going to have to be pretty perfect for us to do this. In the event of unforecast weather, high winds, rain, clouds, we will have an alternate plan to go to the Bonneville Salt Flats and land in the Bonneville Salt Flats. We want to get to Jackson Hole as early as possible because we want to go see Yellowstone National Park that day, and Yellowstone closes at sunset. After we spend the night and see Yellowstone National Park, we're going to get up the next morning and we're going to fly from Jackson Hole to Reno, Nevada. Reno, we're just going to have lunch, and then we're going to continue on to San Francisco. Jackson Hole to Reno is 475 nautical miles, and that should take us about 5.5 hours to get there. After lunch, we'll leave Reno and head to San Francisco, California to spend the night. We're actually going to spend 2 nights there. We anticipate about 2 hours from Reno to San Francisco with the mountain passes. Once we get to San Francisco, we're going to fly by the Golden Gate Bridge. We're going to visit Alcatraz, the winding road that's in town there, and of course, we're going to ride the streetcars and visit the Fisherman's Wharf. From San Francisco, we're going to fly the Pacific Coast Highway south to Los Angeles. If ATC time permits, we're going to ask them to fly around the Hollywood sign. When we get to Los Angeles, we're going to go visit Hollywood Boulevard, and then we're going to have dinner at Opaque that night. Opaque is a very interesting restaurant. It requires you to use 4 of your 5 senses while you're eating dinner in the dark. The waiters and waitresses are blind, and they ask you if you have any allergies before dinner, and then they serve you items and you don't know what they are, which makes for a very unique and entertaining dining experience. Out of LA, we'll start our journey back to the East Coast, and the first stop will be the Grand Canyon. We're going to fly the south rim of the Grand Canyon, land in Grand Canyon, and have lunch. That's 332 nautical miles, and we estimate that to take 4 hours just because the terrain's pretty and we might do some sightseeing. From the Grand Canyon, we'll fly 54 nautical miles southeast to Flagstaff, Arizona, where we'll spend the night. Out of Flagstaff, we will head over to Albuquerque, New Mexico. That leg is going to be 249 nautical miles, and we expect it to take 3 hours. By this time, we believe everybody's going to be a little bit tired, so a short day is certainly in order. Out of Albuquerque, we will head southeast to San Antonio, Texas. It's 529 nautical miles and should take us about 6 hours to get there. San Antonio has a nice downtown area, and the Alamo is also in downtown, so we'll make sure to stop by and visit the Alamo while we're there. Out of San Antonio, we're going to head over to New Orleans, Louisiana. This will be our last overnight stop on this trip. It's 442 nautical miles, 5 hours of flying time, and we're hoping to have a good New Orleans seafood dinner that night. Out of New Orleans, we'll begin our final leg home to Tampa, and the leg there is 422 nautical miles, and again, we estimate 5 hours of flight time. Let's talk about what to pack. We recommend that you pack light. You may have to carry your bag with you. We recommend using a backpack. In our northern and mountain cities, it may be cool, so we recommend warm clothing. Weight and balance needs to be carefully considered on this mountain flying trip. We want as little weight as possible in those airplanes so that we can get the best performance in the mountains. We recommend you take plenty of snacks and drinks. Breakfast or lunch may be delayed for hours for one reason or another. Let's talk about mountain passes. Each morning, we will get up and we'll have a look at our route for the day, and as a group, we will decide which mountain passes to take and plan for our food and fuel stops as a group. Safety is our first priority. This is supposed to be a fun, once-in-a-lifetime adventure, and we don't want to take any unnecessary risks that would compromise safety in any way. Activities and meals, participation is optional. It's not required. If there's something that you want to do that the rest of the group doesn't want to do, or you do not want to go to a restaurant that everyone wants to go to, you do not have to. It's completely up to you. Once we get to our nightly destination, we'll decide what time we're meeting at the airport in the morning, and then everyone can go do their own thing, or you can go as a group, as long as you're back at the airport in the morning at the appropriate time for departure. We try to split rooms to keep the cost down, but if you want your own room, you're absolutely welcome to it. You just need to let us know in advance so that we know how many rooms to book. If you do want to split rooms, then we can pair you with someone that is going on the trip, and once we have a final head count, we will pair people that want to split rooms. Our last Across America trip cost everyone approximately $450 for 12 nights of hotels, Ubers, and entertainment. If you haven't already, you need to create your own survival gear. This list can give you some ideas on what to put in your survival gear. Each aircraft needs a survival pack. Once you've been paired up with your travel buddy, if you're splitting time, we recommend that you guys get together and figure out who has what and put a kit together. We don't need to double up on everything because they do get heavy, as I said. Okay, delegation of duties. We will be in charge of accommodations. Each pilot will be in charge of survival gear for their aircraft, weight and balance and performance of their aircraft. We will have some activities planned. If there's something that you would like to do, let us know and we will do our very best to work it in. The next meeting for this trip is Saturday, September 1st, 2018 at 10 a.m. at the Tampa Executive Airport. If you can't attend in person, we can Skype you in. Deposits are due by September 1st as well so that we can finalize our travel plans. If you're using our airplanes, the cost with a flight instructor is $8,995 and the deposit is $3,000. If you're taking your own plane and you need a superior flight instructor, the cost is $2,000 and a $1,000 deposit is due. If you're taking your own plane and you do not need a flight instructor, there's a $500 trip fee that must be paid by September 1st for organizing the trip. We are super excited and hope that you will join us on this once-in-a-lifetime bucket list travel adventure.